What's going on, guys? Artie Januario, aka Artie J, here at Beardbrand. Gonna show you guys how I get the best wet shave on my head and on my face using our brand new utility bar. Eric approached me one day and said, Artie, how do you get that head so shiny and beautiful? So I said, let me show the masses. Utility bar is, you guys have probably heard about it, brand new product. We were working on this thing for 3 years and we finally perfected it. It is a body bar, a face wash, a hair shampoo, which, nope. It is also a shave soap, which is, I've used tons of shave soaps in the past. I've used creams, I've used foams, I've used discs, I've used soaps, and this thing, you really get an incredible shave out of it. Some of the tools of the trade, really simple actually. Really like using a brush when I lather up. Some people will work it between their hands. Some people will do it right on the bar. I like using a brush and then applying the brush to my head and to my face. What that does is going to raise the hairs kind of out of the follicles, make it easier to shave. Creates a really good lather, and I like to re-lather as I go, which I'll show you guys. Something else that I like keeping on hand is a styptic pencil. If you are new to shaving your head, or if you've been in it for a while, a couple of bucks at a drugstore or at a supermarket, it's great for when you get little nicks and cuts. I use Utility Balm as my aftershave. Temple Smoke's my go-to. Great for moisturizing your skull, your hands, face, everything. And then I use just a simple regular razor from Harry's. Something that's just about the weight and the tradition of using this. I've been using something like this for years now. And then I just have my old utility bar, and I use a soup mug that I got at the supermarket to lather up. What I like to do to start is I like to wet my face and my head. I don't like going in dry. Some guys do, but I just can't. I need that little bit of extra moisture. So let me get going on that. Wet my face a little bit. Now, normally, if I were doing this at home, I'd get all the way down a little bit further down my back to get rid of some of that Amazon, but you know, we just met each other, guys. You're not gonna see that. Buy me a drink first before I take my shirt off. Stop by wetting up my utility bar. I already get a little water on my brush. Get a little moisture there. Just kind of shake out the excess. I'll start by getting a good lather on that utility bar. And that is pretty much all you need, really. Got some of that excess from my hands. Started on my head a little bit. Get a little bit of a base. Now what I like to do is get a real good lather going in my mug. You'll see I have a little bit of water in my mug here. That's gonna help me get that really good lather. It really doesn't take a lot of effort, a lot of water, or a lot on the utility balm. This thing is, I'm telling you, it's incredible for getting a really good lather, which I love. Start with my cheeks, and I'll work onto my head. So, just gently working that onto my cheek area, where I'm gonna shave. I also get in between my eyebrows and sideburns there. I'm Italian, I'm a hairy guy, there's gonna be hair everywhere, so you'll see me shaving in spots that you might not. Another thing to keep in mind here, guys, is I've been shaving my head for 10 years now. I've been shaving bald, maybe more, 15 years. And I'm a little bit weird in my routine in that I go strictly against the grain. If you're just starting out, or if you are, you know, haven't shaved your head in a while, or, you know, want to try this out, I totally recommend either going to a barber or taking your own clippers and going down to a zero guard first. If you have too much hair on there and try to go just against the grain, you're gonna end up with nicks and cuts, you're gonna end up with irritated skin, not gonna have a great time in general. So either go with the grain first, then against the grain, or get it down to a zero guard, be really careful, and make sure when you're shaving, really short strokes. I like to use the sides of my mouth as kind of a guide. Side of my mouth up to about middle of my ear. That. Between that sideburn and eyebrow, like I said. And go up and bring it to the grain there. Cheeks are done. I'll rinse those off in a minute after I'm done with my head. Now, start with what we all came to see, shaving my head. So like I said, I like to relather as I go. What I'll do is I'll start with the crown of my head here, then I'll work on the sides, side of the neck. I definitely like to get, it's part that a lot of guys forget, but I love kind of lining up my beard here, and then I start with the back, so I'll take you guys through that process. Start again, get a little bit of lather, and then I'll start on my head here. Down the sides. Back behind the ear is really important too. That's where, I mean, I've been doing it for 15 years and that's where I always miss spots. You'll see I got a little bit of stubble here today. This is really, really long for me. I shave my head every single day, with a lot of people, which a lot of people think is kind of crazy, but takes me about 5 minutes. I started shaving my head every day about 10 years ago, and I got a weird inspiration for it. I actually heard an interview by a basketball player, Ray Allen, and former Boston Celtics great Ray Allen, and he actually was just going over his routine. He would, the type of guy who would take, 1,000 shots and, be at practice at 9 in the morning for a 10 o'clock, or he'd be at practice at, 9 in the morning for 7 o'clock game. And he just said part of his daily routine was he shaved his head every day at 10 in the morning. Now, I got a regular old job, so I can't be shaving my head at 10 in the morning every day, but I thought, I was like, I could do that as part of just, a regular routine and making myself look good. And I started to do it, and I started to feel weird if I didn't shave my head every day. It's just part of my normal grooming routine at this point. It'll usually, if I wasn't talking to you guys, takes me about 5 minutes. Start over here with my sides. Like I said, get behind the ear. I'll come around to the top of my sideburns. This is another spot too where I tend to miss some spots, especially if it's been a couple of days since I've shaved, which it has. Once I get that area all clear, what I like to do, and I'll show you guys this again on the back, I like to pull the skin tight and run my hands along the skin to see if I've missed anything. So I can feel I've missed some spots here, and I missed a little bit here. So I'll just go back over that. I'll pull the skin tight as I go, and then just follow it with the razor. And again, this might not look like a lot coming off, but I feel like $1,000,000 after I do this. Check for any spots. Doesn't seem like I missed a lot. Another thing I like to do is, I'm really OCD about hairs coming up along my ear. So what I'll do is I'll use this straight edge here, and I'll get right up along the ear here. Make sure I get everything. And then right up here. Alright, I think that's good. I can start over on the back side of my head now, which, again, I've been doing for so long that I really don't need a mirror, but a lot of guys will need, a handheld makeup mirror or whatever. I mean, whatever works for you, but I can pretty much do this with my blindfolded at this point. Start getting back here. I'll start kind of freewheeling it. As you can see, guys, this one especially, where I'm not looking, I'm gonna follow along with my hands and make sure I get every spot. Another important thing too that I haven't mentioned, make sure you're clearing out your razor, that way it's not all gunked up and pulling at your skin. Alright, feels like we are just about done. As you can see, I kind of sped up on you guys there. Especially on the back here, I kind of just freehand it. And then same thing like I do on my sides. I like to guide my fingers along, see if I, miss anything. Back around here on my neck area is where I start to kind of get some stubble over on the sides. Back basically from where I used to have hair, when there used to be like cowlicks and hair patterns. I still get some stubble there, so that takes a little bit of working to get right, so it takes a couple of passes. You can always re-lather here too if you want a little bit more glide, but again, my head and neck is just so trained at this point to have a razor go over it that I really don't need to. But yeah, you can always re-lather if you like. It's actually pretty good. Alright, I'm going to dry off a little bit. I do like to finish off, like I said, with some utility balm. Temple Smoke is my go-to. That's about what I want to use, because I'm going to use it on my head, my face, hands, everything. Usual works between my hands here. Just smooth that over. Well, I probably use more utility balm than you should, in general. But I love this stuff, man. I use it on my hands, my head, my face, my arms, just everything. I love this stuff. And as you can see, I use it as an aftershave. I think that's it, guys. You got to see my routine a little bit. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know your routine. If you got any questions for me, you can always reach out. I'm part of the CX team here at Beardbrand. I'm proud to talk to you over at live chat or on support. As always, if you need anything, let us know. Leave a comment. Love each other. Be good to each other. Peace and love. Keep on growing.
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.